What's up everybody, it's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel once again, and I hope y'all had a nice Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you may have been celebrating. I hope that all of you found some type of a good time in it, even though this entire year has been trash. So this week we are taking a look at the third and final installment into the TheSalonGuy's yellow label, more kind of budget friendly stylers. This one is the new Extreme Hold Matte Finish Wax Hair Paste. So just a quick background story on this guy. So the other two yellow label products being the cream hair clay and the grooming paste. Both of those Steven sent me testers of before the final versions came out. Not this one. I did talk on the phone with him though after it dropped, and he sent me this just because he kind of wanted to give me a rundown of what it is, and he knew there were going to be some questions of like, how is this different from pregame? So essentially, aside from the price tag and wanting to complete his line of the more budget-friendly stylers, he said that this one is really meant to be like pregame on steroids. Like, I know both of them say Extreme Hold on them, but he told me right off the bat, he was like, you know, this one is going to be great for people with shorter hairstyles if they're going for just like a really spiky look, or they got like a cropped cut or something. And he said to me, he's like, dude, you might not like it. Like with your hair length, because it's like fucking super glue. And he's like, it's totally cool if you don't like it, because it might not work that great for longer hair because it's so strong. But of course I wanted to try it out anyway. And since I've had a bunch of you guys asking me about it, well, it's time to dive right in. Starting out with packaging and pricing, as always, this one comes in, it's the same size aluminum tin as the others, but it is 2.6 ounces net weight of product in there, and this along with the other yellow label stylers will run you $17.99 US. He does also offer free shipping if you're inside the US and you're buying from his website, and I just noticed today, I looked, he also has a sale going on right now. If you wanted to buy all three of the yellow label stylers together, he has those on sale for, I believe it was $45.99, which is a pretty good deal. Now, as far as the specs on this, I mentioned already, it's meant to be extreme hold with a matte finish. And so it does kind of say on here, I mean, basically, so the idea is that he wanted something that was going to be super creamy, very easy to scoop, very just quick and easy to apply, user-friendly in that regard, but something that's going to set up like super glue bulletproof hold for those folks who want that. So it does say right in the instructions, work it into your hands where you can still see a creamy texture, apply to wet or dry hair. Product takes shape quickly and has a very strong pliable hold, best used on dry hair as a post styler. So there you go. And now for everybody's favorite category, we got to talk about Descent. Now this one is marked as a black cardamom and smoky vanilla musk. Did I read that right? Hang on.
Oh, who remembers?
Yes, I did. Excellent. So it's time to nose in. Oh, I can smell it already. Yeah, it fucks me up pretty good. I mean, Steven's like the scent master, dude. Like, I don't think any of his products fail to fuck me up in the scent category, and this is no exception. It smells great. It's slightly cologne-y, but yeah, you get that kind of, you know, that just like herbaceous, like slightly minty, slightly anise seed kind of cardamom smell, and then the vanilla is like warm and you get that spicy musk in there. It just smells awesome. So let's dive quickly into the ingredients list. Like the others, it is water-based. Then we have petrolatum and then a myriad of waxes in here. We've got microcrystalline wax, Copernica serif wax, Sarah Alba beeswax. We've also got paraffin in there, Sarah microcrystallina. There's also a little bit of dimethicone in there farther down the list, which it's always good to keep your hair smooth, so kind of to fight some of the stickiness a little bit. Yeah, so it's, as the name implies, it's waxy. So with all that in mind, we can take a quick look inside and see what the product itself looks like. And so, yeah, it's probably what you'd expect. It's basically a bright white, waxy looking product. It's a little bit shiny looking in the jar. Oh my god. And as described, it is buttery, simple, easy, super smooth. That was a real weird combination of words, but yeah, it's real easy to scoop. It's very creamy. and it takes literally no time at all to just distribute it between your fingers before applying. So with that being said, let's go straight into the demo footage, and as usual, we're starting out here with freshly washed and blow-dried hair, pre-styled only with a bit of 25 spray for smoothing. And now the important thing here is you don't need a lot of this stuff. I mean, even with my hair at the length that it is, this tiny pea-sized amount is basically all I will need. So as per the directions, yeah, you want to work that into your fingertips briefly. I mean, it's so smooth and creamy, it doesn't take long, and you don't want to over-emulsify it because then it's going to start to dry and get very sticky. So just a couple of seconds and then work that through. Now, I will say there is definitely some tug and pull here. I mean, it is an extreme hold wax. It's gonna feel like an extreme hold wax, boys. It's definitely got some tack to it, but it's not overbearing. As long as you don't go in with like a big old honkin' scoop, you're fine. I mean, you're definitely gonna feel the grip, you're gonna feel the tackiness and the stickiness, but it's not the stickiest or the most tuggy, pulley product I've ever used by any means. But if you use a big scoop, it will be, because I definitely did that while testing, and it hurt a little bit, so just watch out for that. But honestly, if you work with a small amount, I was kind of surprised at how still pretty easy it was to use. And it does set up very fast, so you can feel the hold straight away, and basically as soon as you're done styling, you're done. The hold is there. Now, because this is a wax, the texture of your hair is not going to be quite as coarse as it would be with like a clay or a matte paste. It's definitely a little more of that like piecey, thinner strands, waxy texture. So if that's what you're into, well, here you go. And it's definitely a matte finish, but to me, it doesn't feel overly dry. So that's always nice as well. And as far as the endurance, here we are, this is 8 hours later. And so as you can see, it basically didn't move at all. It's very lightweight in the hair. So you'll find very little, if any, volume deflation. The texture and the finish stay basically exactly as they were. And it is still, fairly pliable. You can move it around, you can restyle it if you have to. But at this point, it does feel a little bit on the, it's like the drier, stickier side. So as a person with thick, coarse hair, it's not my favorite thing. I think if my hair was quite a bit shorter, it wouldn't be so bad. But at this length, it is a little bit difficult to restyle. Now, as far as the washout is concerned, it couldn't be easier. Literally just warm water and it's gone. Ooh, that hot toddy is spicy. So yeah, overall thoughts on the Yellow Label Extreme Hold Wax Hair Paste. It's pretty good. Honestly, it's not my favorite. For my hair length, of the Yellow Label stylers, I think my favorite is the grooming paste, followed closely behind by the clay. This one certainly does work, and as I mentioned, it says right on the friggin' product, it's good for short, like cropped or spiky hairstyles. It's not really meant for this, so it shouldn't come as too much of a surprise that while it works and it still is extreme hold and stays in place all day and looks fine, just because of the extreme hold nature of it and the stickiness of it, it's not my personal favorite. Smell still fucks me up though. Now, as far as comparisons to pregame, in my experience, I find pregame a little bit more, it's smoother and easier to apply. It's not quite as sticky right up front. And of course, pregame has that thing that it does where it starts out feeling like heavy and waxy and has a slight shine. And then after like 3 or 4 hours, it gets lighter and matte and it kind of like plumps the hair and stuff. This does not do any of that. This is like just straight up after 5 seconds of being in your hair, it's matte and done and light and sticky and it's there. So there's no transformation thing. And I do think that this has a bit of a stickier, tackier application. So yeah, I think it does say it's meant for like thicker hair types, and I get that being like, because this will control anything. I mean, like whatever kind of hair you put this in and you put it into a shape, it's gonna stay there. But again, with that being said, I agree with the write-up that how it says it really works best for short hairstyles if you're just going for like spiky or like a crop texture or something, and you just want that bulletproof hold that's not going to go anywhere all day, this will work for you. But if your hair is longer like mine and you want something a little bit flowier and stuff, maybe look at something else like the grooming paste. So that wraps things up for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this and found it helpful. Please do stay tuned. Plenty more content coming. I do have the new Fuertes hairstyling balm. I believe that's coming next because I want to get to that right away. And we just have, I have so many. I've got like new hair bond. I've got father's groom. I have so much, Masons. I don't even know. I have so many things on my like to-do shelf upstairs. So if you haven't already, feel free to hit the sub button down below to keep up to date with all that upcoming stuff. And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching. And we'll see you at the next one.